Yeah, man. So, watching the games, I was just watching the games like, man, the games that we differed on, I always pay a little bit closer attention to those. And I'm like, man, every game we differed on, I think Bruce got me on. And then came back and tallied it all up. And I look, and I'm like, damn, I had a good week. I was 8 for 5. I mean, I was eight and 5. Like, that's a pretty good week. And then I tally y'all yours up, and lo and behold, this guy, you should send your resume in, man, because I think there's people out here getting paid millions of dollars, and I don't know if they've ever gone 12-1 for a
Yeah,
whole for the whole week.
yeah. Move over, Mel Kiper.
Hey, it was definitely impressive. If Hey man, I hope you put some money on these games last week.
Man, I put money on these games, dog, and I almost won $300. The
Mm.
one everything in my parlay hit except for I had no faith in Spencer Rattler. His line was that he will throw over 179 yards. I took the under on that.
Mm.
Uh, he went out and he threw 243 yards. I was not expecting that. And the one time that I needed Spencer Rattler to go out and Rattler, he did not.
Well, I think Rattler did. I'm not. I didn't get to watch a lot of football, but I know. I think Rattler went out there and did what any person would do, put in that situation, which is drop back and throw the ball 5 yards to Alvin Kamara and let him do the rest. I think that was a lot of his day, but I mean, he had some other guys out there. I think Olave left with an injury. I don't think Shakir. I can't. I gotta find my man's name, but I don't think the big play receiver played either. But yeah, no, I'm not mad at that bet. But yeah, he did go out there and do it. Um,
so so he cheated essentially.
he took what the defense was giving him. So the only game that you got wrong would have been the Chicago and Jacksonville game in London. Um, what can we say about Jacksonville that hasn't already been said? They suck.
They suck.
They definitely suck. And Chicago has 2 weeks in a row where they put up some points and some offense.
Is Chicago coming into the team that everybody expected them to be, or is it chalked up to weak opponents?
It's definitely chalked up to weak opponents, but I'm not going to rule out that getting 2 practice games under your belt can translate to it working against the real thing. We would definitely find out next week. I would love to know who the Bears play next week. The Bears are playing. Oh, come on. Bears are playing week 7. Bears are playing Chicago. They might be on a bye.
Mm.
Yes, the Bears are on a bye. So that'll be interesting. And then they come back week 8 and they play woof Washington.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So the NFL is giving them a whole week to practice on what they saw in the last 2 weeks. So we will see. That should be a fun game. Quarterback 1 versus quarterback 2.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely will see. But
All right.
good.
Cleveland went. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, what were the actual scores
What for what were the scores for what? Oh, for
for
bet
the
it up.
bet? Yeah,
So right now I'm at 44 and 46, and you are above 500 at 47 and 43.
2 game lead.
Nah, you got me by 6
You said,
games.
oh, what did you say? I thought you said 45 and 47.
I'm 44 and 46. You're
Oh,
47, 47 and 43.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, after that, we had Cleveland going to Philly. You took Cleveland. I took Philly. Uh, Philly won, but they only won by 4. Cleveland continues to look terrible. And Nick Chubb has been activated and is expected to play this week.
Um, 2 things about that game, man. I don't know what your thoughts is. Nick Chubb coming back, does that improve Cleveland any? And also, is Philly done, man? I mean, they look really bad.
Is Philly done?
Yeah,
Philly won. Like you think they're done after they win?
I think. Yeah, I mean, because I feel like I picked Philly, but I felt like that game should have been a blowout. I felt like Cleveland has been so bad that it should have been no question. They should have won handily against Cleveland, but they had to come back and win. And you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that that Cleveland is on the same par with who I think Philly is supposed to be, and they struggle with that game.
Well, you picked Cleveland, but you picked them because of the points. You said 8.5 was too many. But I mean, Philly did have everybody back. Really, Saquon Barkley had an average game, a below average game. Honestly, he only had 47 yards off of 18 carries. I didn't get to watch the game, but I know they were bringing a lot of people back. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. I think they got an offensive lineman back. So I kind of feel like they just went out there. Like I said, I didn't really watch the game, but I'm not discouraged by them only winning by 4. I just think that they just knew that I, honestly, I feel like they did what I thought the Lions might do, which is just go out there, get your lead, and go home. That's kind of what I feel like Philly did in that game. But since you bring it up, let me look. Philly next week plays Philadelphia. We won't get a sense there either. Philadelphia's playing the Giants next week, so no, they're not done. When you got the Giants on your schedule, you're always still you always still got
I'm
hope. The
yeah.
only
I'm go
that's
ahead.
another two team conference because really all they gotta do is keep pace with the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, man, it's like I don't think if you had to ask me what team would win that conference right now, right now it would be the Commanders over Philly.
I wouldn't argue with you on that. I wouldn't argue with you on that. But then if you were to turn around and say Philly made the wild card and they played Washington in the playoffs, um, I might think that would just be one of those games where Philly shows up, um, young team versus a more veteran team.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that maybe, but I don't know, man. It's just the way that Washington has been playing. I mean, they went out and they played Baltimore, and that was another game where I thought that Baltimore would just go out and destroy. Well, not destroy Washington, but I thought Baltimore's. No, I thought Baltimore would be too much for Washington, but they went out there and they held their own.
Definitely. Speaking of that game, Washington went to Baltimore. We were both on Baltimore minus the 6.5. They went out. They won by 7. Um, you know, Baltimore is Baltimore. Washington gave them all they could.
Baltimore is looking like the team that they were last year instead of the team they started the beginning of the year off. So I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with by the end of the year.
Yeah, Zay Flowers had a great game too. I know because I played him in fantasy. But yeah, Zay Flowers, 9 catches, 132 yards. Derrick Henry carried the ball 24 times for 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Lamar Jackson threw for 323 yards with the touchdown. So, I mean, you do not want to play the Ravens right now. I feel bad for whoever does. Next up on the Ravens schedule is Tampa Bay on Monday Night Football.
Oh, that's going to be a good game.
That's not going to be an easy game for Baltimore. Definitely will say that.
It's not.
Arizona went to Green Bay. We were both on Green Bay, and I feel like this question is more. I feel like your question is more tailored for Arizona. Is Arizona done?
Arizona is what they've always been, man. Arizona is a good team, is an average team. Arizona is who I thought Denver was. Arizona is an average team. They'll beat all the weaker teams. They'll lose against all the better teams. They're somewhere in the middle. I feel like Arizona will go, 8-9 or 9-8. You know what I'm saying? They're a middle of the road team. They have Kyler Murray. They have Marvin Jones Jr. They have Buda Baker. Besides that, man, I mean, I guess you could throw Connor in there, but they don't really have much to work with.
Yeah. I'm not impressed with Arizona at all. Kyler Murray is my fantasy quarterback, and that was by default. He was the last person left, and like they don't have a lot going for him right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they picking in the top 10, which isn't saying much, but they look like they're going to be picking in the top 10. As for Green Bay, Green Bay continues to roll.
Yeah, I think Green Bay is a above average team. They won't beat any of the elites, but they'll beat all the rest of them.
Let's see. Green Bay next week plays. Woo! Wow, there's some games next week, man. Green Bay next week is. Are they going there? No. Next week, Houston is coming into Green Bay. Right. Indianapolis went to Tennessee. Indianapolis was getting 2.5 points. This game messed me all up. We were led to believe that Anthony Richardson was going to be coming back, but right before the game, I guess they decided to sit him out another week. And Joe Flacco started. I believe Joe Flacco is they're 2-0 with Joe Flacco or 3-0, but needless to say, the Colts went out and beat Tennessee.
As expected. I need to know. Did Did Levis throw another pick this week?
I know he turned the ball over. That might have been a fumble. Let's see. Where is this game at? Tennessee and Indianapolis. What's far back? They said he had a pretty good game though, but I know he definitely turned the ball over. Will Levis box score passing Tennessee. Will Levis went out there. Wow. Will he did throw an interception. That's not the most surprising. Well, that's not surprising at all. But no, he was 16 for 27 for a whopping 95 yards on the day. His
Wow.
QBR was 29.2.
Dang. Well, I think we should all give it up for Will Levis. Way to keep the streak alive, Will. Man, if you keep it up, man, you could throw a pick in every game this season.
These numbers are impressive. Calvin really had 8 targets for no receptions and no yards.
Wow.
DeAndre Hopkins led the team with 54 yards.